Hello everyone. This is a review. Well, not a review, but a overview of my battle jacket that I have. Um, so I'll just start with the jacket itself. Um, like where I got this from. I don't know. I didn't, but yeah, I got it second hand. I got it for £15 or something or so. Um, from Camden. If you know where that is in England, you kind of know what that kind of place is about. Um, yeah, I got it there second hand. I'm pretty sure it's a ladies, because it's extra large, as you can see there. And I'm not an extra large man, so I assume it's a woman. I assume it's a woman's size or children's size. I don't know. Especially when I put it on as well. The arms are very like puffy and come out very much. But it fits me. It fits me okay. I roll the sleeves up anyway, so it doesn't make so much difference. Um, Yeah, that is one thing. As you can see, it does have sleeves on it still. I know, you typically have sleeveless jackets, but I'm not. I don't particularly like the look of those. I don't like sleeveless things in general, or vests and everything like that. So I didn't do that. And also, it gives you more room to sew on more things and more versatility with your style, with how you sew them and everything. Yeah, so not so typical. And another thing not so typical is that I don't have, this isn't strictly metal. uh, this is like a thrash metals. Any thrash metal elitists or whatever that come on and watch this video by the off chance, it's not all metal. So I'll start off with the first ones that I bought. So yeah, went out one day. I was watching a lot of like uh, battle jacket videos and kind of got inspired, and just sort of one day went out to Camden. I got the jacket and I got 5 patches, all for £25. So that was the first one. System of a Down one. It still have access to the pocket, which is good. That's something. It was very difficult to sew, especially when it got down to the stitches down here. Because I was having to put the needle all the way down into the pocket and trying to come through. These are all hand stitched. I don't have a sewing machine. Yeah, System of a Down, great band. I got into the. They were actually like the second. It's like second metal band that I kind of got into. And yeah, they're very, I suppose, influential. They're not, they're not very hated at all. I don't think. There's very difficult negatives to say about them, apart from maybe they haven't created an album in a long time. But anyway, the music they have given us has all been very, very wonderful. Secondly, here, Muse. Just I have this on the sleeve, just above this pocket. I thought that was a cool placement for it. Yeah, it's just a Muse patch. Just yeah, I don't know what to say. Like these are all great bands. Yeah, as you know, I'm a Muse fan. If you saw the record collection video I did, I have the first album. I want to get the Origin of Symmetry one as well, because that's what really, in terms of Muse, that's what's really kind of inspired me. A lot of great songs on there. Yeah, everything in between. But obviously with their newest stuff, I don't know about you, but I didn't really, apart from Pressure and Thought Contagion, they're the only songs that I like on their I can't remember what it's called, Simulation Theory. They're the only songs that I like on it. But anyway, yeah, they're the only albums I've listened to. The first one, Origin of Symmetry, and the other one. Anyway, then I have this Nirvana one, which I got. I'm not sure. I can't button it up, which would maybe help. But yeah, that's one side, and then that's the other side. But yeah, I got that. Nirvana one. Um, yeah, love Nirvana. Again, if you saw the record collection video, you see I have a couple rare ones from them as well. I love the vestibule, like their first kind of logo they come up with. I think that's such a cool logo. I really need to get a T-shirt with that on. I want to get a T-shirt with that on. Yeah, that's Nirvana. Then there's this Soundgarden one as well, which admittedly don't listen to so much Soundgarden. Maybe shouldn't have this patch on here, but whatever. It was like the only, because it was like you had to buy like it was like £3 or £5. I can't remember what it was. So whatever. And this was the only kind of other band that I kind of listened to that would have actually been relevant. So I mean, you know, I know them and I've listened to like, you know, their albums, a couple of albums, but I don't. You know, I'm not their hugest fan. I don't know their discography or anything. I'll go on. Yeah, so they were all the first ones I bought. They were the ones that when I got this jacket, these ones, and I sewed them all on one night, all in one night. So, you know, I was up till like 2 or something in the morning, sewed them all on. Another one that I got was just this like I can't remember what you call like army like ranking general one. I just got that when I got this jacket. The guy was saying, you know, he was just saying, you know, he had a massive bag of, you know, typical patches, stuff like this, and he said take a couple because, you know, that's what you usually do with denim jackets. So I got that one. I just sewed on just for the hell of it. I'll probably take it off eventually when I get more stuff. But yeah, and then the other non-music one is this 8-ball, which I think looks really cool on the pocket here. Again, you can still access the pocket, which a girlfriend gave me. Yeah, it looks really cool. I think it's a really cool addition, so thank you to her for that. Moving on, I'll start with this side, my other right side. So I have the Slipknot one, just a typical logo. It's just very, it doesn't even look like a patch because it doesn't have the, you see with these ones, that's coming off a little bit. Okay, I have to redo that a bit. But you see, you know, they have the stitched edges. This one doesn't have the stitched edge. It's just kind of fabric. Yeah, I didn't. I will buy a new one because I wanted the yeah, that's not the one I wanted in general. My dad got it. I mean, thankful for him for getting it to me anyway. But you know, I wanted the one where it's like people equal shit one. I think that's my favorite one. Looking at their patches. But you know, I still got it. I still had it, so I sewed it on anyway because I'm still a Slipknot fan. They're the first metal band that I got into. My friend told me about them, and then you know I listened to like Psychosocial and like The Devil and I and like their singles and stuff like that, and gone into that way. And then through them, that's how I learned System of a Down. You know, Chop Suey and Toxicity would be on my playlists and stuff like that. So yeah, that's how I got in, and then you know from there it kind of spiraled into everything else. Then Pantera, the Cowboys from Hell. If you don't know what that is, you know, CFH, Cowboys from Hell. Again, pocket. I'm probably not going to use these pockets. I don't know. There's no you know, like exact reason why I did it because I don't have a reason to use the pockets. It's just, you know, it's just cool. It's just cooler to, you know, that you can, that the ability is there. Anyway. Yeah, Pantera, great band. Never listened to their stuff before Phil Anselmo, but everything with him is pretty epic. Yeah, and again with the record collection, you'll see that I have the History of Hostility compilation album. That was very yeah, good tracks in there. One thing that I'll say about them is obviously, you know, there's side projects with like Hell Yeah and a Damage Plan and Down, which is Phil Anselmo saying. One thing you don't hear so much about is Rex Brown, so the bassist, if you don't know, the Rex Brown, he has his own solo album, which I recommend very strongly. there's some really good tracks on there. They're not so much metal. They're kind of maybe more just hard rock or whatever category you want to put it in. But yeah, they're not exactly super heavy or anything like it was, uh, Vulgar Display of Power or whatever, or Southern Trendkill. But there are some good tracks and they're good songs, and it's Rex Brown singing, and he has a good voice as well. Um, so I don't know if it's going to do any more, but I would like to see it. Okay, so going on to the other side now. Starting at the top, you have Primus, of course, because Primus, Les Claypool, great musician. Yeah, again, you saw I had the Rhinoplasty record in in my record collection video. Yeah, Primus are a weird one. They're like, I started listening to them kind of ironically, kind of thinking, they were entertaining to listen to in the sense that, not I kind of enjoyed what I was hearing, but I just thought it was so absurd that it was entertaining. And then it gets to the point where you listen to it so much, and it's like, you kind of get the groove, you kind of get the feel, and it's like, these are actually pretty good songs. And yeah, so Primus, you just have to listen to them enough, which is the same with any music if you think about it. If you isolate yourself to one song, to one band or genre or anything, you're gonna like it eventually, because you just kind of been almost you've rewired your brain to like it. But anyway, that's Primus. Not that you have to rewire your brain to like it, but they're a good band. And then down here on the flap of the pocket, you have Korn. I wasn't really so sure about the placement of this one, because it was kind of small. It didn't really fit anywhere, and even here it doesn't fit so comfortably. But that's okay. I know this patch is like hated or whatever because it's so multicolored and looks stupid, but that's kind of the incentive to why I bought it. Again, I'm not the biggest Korn fan. I'm not gonna say I am, but I listen to their stuff. I listen to the Follow the Leader and the newest album and stuff, which is okay. Don't really like it that much. Same with Slipknot as well. Don't really like the new album, which is typical for every band you listen to, But the songs are okay. They're not bad songs. They're just not songs that you get into. Yeah, Cold is really the single. I love the music video to that. But that's maybe the only song that I really liked. With the Slipknot album, I liked Critical Darling a lot. I remember. And yeah, I suppose like Nero Forte. I like that one. Solway Firth, didn't like that one so much. But they're all good songs, and it's all Slipknot and stuff like that. But it's not. I don't know. It is strange. It's strange how that's just something that happens. But anyway, that's all on the front side. On the back side, I start here. The restarts. This is a very cool patch. I don't know if the camera can. Yeah, you can kind of see the texture. It's like leather. I don't know if it's real leather, if it's synthetic or what. But it has a leathery feel, a leathery vibe to it. They're very cool. This is kind of, I suppose, probably the least known. Well, it is the least known band on here. They're like a hardcore punk band, like Crust, I suppose. And I suggest them if you listen to them. They're very good, and they're recent as well. Well, more recent. They're not like GBH or The Exploited from the like early '80s. They started in '95, I think. I can't remember. I don't know if they. I don't think they put. I think they put their album out later. But yeah, they're pretty recent in terms of Crust, hardcore punk band goes. So yeah, and I suggest you listen to them because they're pretty good. If you're into that music, they're good. Yeah, and it has that cool, again, white and red. Because another thing, when I'm buying my patches, I don't want them all to be black and white and stuff. I know there are, particularly with like black metal bands and stuff like that. All their patch, if you watch a video of someone showing off their collection, it's like their whole thing is black and white, and sometimes they'll have black denim jacket as well, so it's even more black and white. And yeah, that has an aesthetic that is cool, but it's not for me. I would like more color. And again, why I bought the corn patch, because it's colorful, and why I bought this because there was originally a rainbow one as well, but I think that was for gay pride, and I'm not a gay man, so, or anything like that, so I didn't want to be mistaken. Although I don't support it, but, anyway, that's enough controversy. The back patch is this Black Sabbath, Lord of this World. This is a very cool. Um, this is a very cool back patch, in my opinion. He said, "He's your confessor now." Because I was a bit. Oh, yeah, another thing. I don't know if this is because it's a woman's, or maybe this patch is like really. This is a woman's size jacket. If this patch is really big, but it takes up the whole thing. Kind of. Well, maybe not so much, but I don't know. I saw other ones and they seem like they have more room around the edges, but I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, I was having difficulty buying a back patch because I wanted to be Black Sabbath because they are like the most influential band in terms of my music style, uh, playing, on my guitar and everything. And yeah, like they're like the perfect combination and everything of everything. They have the groove going, they have the heaviness, they have the riffs and everything, and yeah, they're just the perfect combination in my opinion. Um, but yeah, I was a bit torn because I personally don't really like any of their album art. The only album art I've really really liked is the Heaven and Hell one, but I don't really listen to stuff with Ronnie James Dio or any singer after that. It's mainly the first 10 years, or really only first 6 years. I don't anything after Sabotage. I don't Never Say Die and Technical Ecstasy. I haven't really listened to. Um, but yeah, so yeah, and their album art. Usually you get a back patch with their album art, and I didn't really like any of their album art. But I think this looks really cool, and the purple and everything gives it more color. And Henry, that's what that figure is there. So yeah, really impressed with that. And again, something with Black Sabbath as well. If you listen to that 13 album, which made in 2013 with Ozzy and everything, and I can't remember if it had Bill Ward. I think it did, but I think it did. Yeah, I can't remember. You have to. I don't know if it was him or if it was the other drummer. I can't remember his name. Tommy. I know his first name's Tommy. Anyway, the one that they do the tours with, they did the end tour with. I think with their 13 album, they're really good songs. I do enjoy them, but they're not the classics. I don't know if it's like the order you listen to them in, like if it's um like if you were to get into their 13 album first and you listen to their earlier stuff, you wouldn't be so much into their earlier stuff. Or I think it's just kind of an atmosphere, a general vibe. Even if you weren't there when it was being created, it's just a general vibe that they have an early band when they're. I don't know, but that's my take on it. I think that's why earlier music is better than later music when it comes to a band. There's a kind of vibe they have, not so much the music, just the feel and the way. I hate that word, the feel, because you can never really understand what it is unless you experience it yourself. But that's the only way I can kind of describe it. Um, yeah, I don't know. It's strange. But anyway. So I intend on getting more patches, obviously. Some big ones probably. I want to get more underground patches, or underground bands patches, because it's very obviously, yeah, it's cool. It's cool to see seeing anyone with like a Black Sabbath t-shirt, or a Pantera hat on or something like that. Yeah, it's always going to be cool. It's always going to be respectable. But it's like when you see someone who's into the same music as you, and they have someone you haven't heard of, like completely at all, or are showing it off in some way, then it gets interesting. Then it's like, and I don't mean to be like, oh, show off, be all showy off at you, like, oh, I only listen to underground music and everything like that. But you do have a sense of I don't know the word. But yeah, I don't know. When you listen to an underground band, you want to show other people, especially because you want them to get more recognition, and you want them to be more, you want them to be bigger and stuff like that. And yeah, when you do listen to an underground band, you do want to show it off a little bit. But you know, that's beside the point. That's not what you should be doing. I know that's what happens anyway, and what will happen regardless. But try not to put it in front of people's faces. Anyway, so yeah, want to get a Motorhead one. Need to get more. I need to get more punk ones. Black Flag, Dead Kennedys, GBH, The Exploited, Anti Noah League. I already have the restarts. Then like Motorhead. Need to get one of those. I don't know how I haven't got one yet. I need a Black Label Society one. Black Label Society is a band which I only listen to earlier stuff, later stuff. You know, I listened to the Catacombs album, and that's kind of when I got into them. And then I listened to, then soon after, the Grimace Hits album came out, and you know all the music videos for Love and Real, and they had that live from Trample Down Below, and everything like that. And I only listened to their music. I wonder if I were to listen to their earlier music, if the same thing would happen to me as it does with, you know, like what I was talking about, where you just feel there's a vibe. There's just a vibe. I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, Foo Fighters, Black Label Society, Slayer. I want to get a Slayer one. I was originally going to get a Slayer one. Okay, I'll take off this track, and then have a Slayer one going over the top of this. I like try and have it a bit arched and kind of go over. I think that would look really cool. And also down here, these flaps. You get these long strip ones, like have their logo and then have the name. You know, I could have some of that. That's what I was thinking. But yeah, I want to get those ones. Foo Fighters as well, and lots of other various. Problem with smaller bands, they often don't do patches, and I think it's something they should invest in. They might do stickers or like pins, or like and t-shirts obviously, but I think patches are something that they should invest more on. I don't think with a pin, or you know, particularly a pin, maybe a sticker, but a pin, you're not going to look at that, and because it's too small to see. If you have a patch, someone can see that and be like, you know, and especially because you know someone wearing a battle jacket, they're very much in the scene and kind of dedicated to that music or whatever you want to say. But I think having a patch, it expresses it a lot more prominently. So yeah, I think that's something that should be invested more into. You know, you don't have to be a metal band to do it either. You just be any band. But yeah, because there's like bands like, if any of them, I'm just gonna list them because if any, otherwise most people won't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, like bands like Failure, The Corettes, Medicine Dolls, Toy Dolls, the Treadnoughts, bloody hell, was it Probot? Although that's not so much a band, that's a side project. That's Dave Grohl's side project, if you don't know. And also them Crooked Vultures as well. And Compressor Head, that's a band everyone should check out. I'm not going to explain it right now, but if you see what it is, you think it's very cool. Yeah, all these smaller bands are slaves. Well, they're not so small; they're kind of bigger, but not. I wouldn't say they're so much mainstream. They're getting there. I would say they're getting almost mainstream in Britain. Anyway, I don't know, but I don't think anyone else really. Anyway, yeah, stuff like that. I get patches for these. Really fill this up as much as I want to. I haven't been buying many in quarantine, but well, I probably should have because it's something to do, something to stitch them on and everything. But yeah, anyway, I might get some pins as well. The Wipers, that's another band. Yeah, I should probably get some pins because yeah, that'll fill it up a little bit more. But I'm just gonna have patches. I'm not gonna have like studs and like spikes coming out of them or anything like that. And another thing I'm gonna paint. I might have to paint some, or get a T-shirt for some, because like I said, some bands don't have patches. So you have to kind of Supergrass. That's another band as well. Sort of underground, semi-underground. If you're American, I don't think you know them. They're popular in England, but they're not anywhere else, I don't think. What was I saying? Yeah, yeah. Yeah, because some of these bands I don't have patches, so I might get a T-shirt or like, yeah, paint them. I know that's what some people do. Anyway, that's this video. I hope you enjoyed looking at me talking briefly of all these bands. Yeah, hope you enjoyed. Thanks for watching. Hope this maybe inspired some other people to do, because that's what inspired me to do my battle jacket. Maybe it should inspire some other people. Get a cheap second-hand one that sort of fits you but doesn't have to perfectly, and then get some cheap patches and then just sew them on, and you're good to go. And that's, yeah, I hope I can inspire some other people. So yeah, thank you for watching. Like and subscribe. Yes, see you in the next video.